Okay, now I remember why we had this issue, or why we didn't do it this way.
I also own a farm.
Here we go. You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. So previously we hauled millings in. Appreciate Dylan lining us up with some. I believe he's got more for us in the future at another location. So it's gonna work out pretty good. And we built the pad, moved stuff around. This has been awesome. We were supposed to get rain all day today. And as you see, it's actually gorgeous. So I feel like wrenching in the shop is just not the right move. We're gonna call in some parts, figure some things out. That water pump that we talked about previously, the short shaft one with 2 belts on it, that had a fan with a clutch on it. I don't want a clutch on the fan, so we got to do some thinking. But appreciate you guys watching along, and let's dive into it. So got to get the pigs fed this morning. I'll run through everything. Pigs are doing great. We still haven't named them, which I'm okay with. But yeah, we got to get them set up a little bit better. A water nipple and things like that. But at some point we'll make it happen. Right now, it does give us good interaction every morning. I get to come in and see how you guys messed up everything in here. So they're doing good. Wait till you see Norman. Oh my God. You get into some burdocks in the pasture? Yeah. So, we kicked them into the pasture that they haven't been in at all this year, which is right through here. And they've been grazing all around, so. Oh, poor Norman. We need to figure out exactly why we're eating belts, because it's getting worse. Here is a used water pump, short shaft water pump for the truck. We almost took this pulley off, but we didn't. I think I got the fan with the clutch over there still. We got to talk to Global, see exactly what we got for things. Yeah, I don't want the fan. I don't want a clutch on the fan. It's just another thing to fail. And the truck runs, it runs cool. Never needs the fan. We're not running down the highway. So this is the fan clutch one, which it locks in. Yeah, we got to do some figuring out, but alrighty, let me, we should have another bracket piece somewhere. I don't know. This is why you don't throw things away. Might have went in the scrap pile, to be honest. Let me call them, give them a rundown of what I got and what I'm thinking, and then see what they got. So we should be able to use that water pump. We just got to figure out the proper fan to go with it. Judging by what we have right here, I think we can use the same fan. I don't think we need to use that one. This is one of the spacers. I believe they're both the same size. So then we don't have to use this clutch assembly, which would make it nicer, easier, all around better. Yeah. Honestly, we should have went this way. I wanted the 3 belts, but as we see, 3 belts is not working out for us. Yeah, that line's right up to it. I guess we should probably focus on this first. That way, if I do need parts, I can have them get me parts. But, yeah. So, get you guys off some things. Loosen the alternator, take the belts off. I got a ton of belts coming. I don't even know how many for. That's all I think is in stock. These 2 should be good. We haven't messed them up yet. They haven't rolled. They haven't done anything like that. Oh, that's on there pretty tight. There we go. So we'll take the belts right out. I don't know how much you guys can see, but and the balancer might have an issue. I just want to rule things out. I can see that come on. I can see that there is an issue with this pulley on the water pump. So trying to rule things out as far as what's pretty obvious now. And I'd like to think that the shaft's okay, but it might have an issue that it's got a tweak to it and we never really noticed and it's getting worse or something, but it doesn't have any play. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure as far as that, because I don't know. It just bothers me. We're actually getting pretty good at this. 25 minutes, water pump's out. Hood's rested up. We do have, I don't know how that happened, one broken bolt here. I'm going to take this gasket because we're going to use that again. Come on, don't break. There we go. We got a broken bolt off in there, which is kind of weird. But here it is. I'm wondering if we got to bend to it or what. It just doesn't make any sense. I think the pulley's just bent. And like I said, Global was having trouble finding that pulley. So somebody swapped something at some point, but we'll take this fan off. Yeah, this should work. I think it's gonna work. We're just gonna have two belts from here on out. So here's this setup. I don't know if that's actually bent, but if you watch this, where are we here? That goes in and out. So this whole assembly is bent. Huh. Interesting. This is all one piece. I don't think that's actually bent. But we'd have to find this piece here. Okay, reassembled, ready to go, cleaned up, made a gasket. How this is going to work is it's going to be a rib shorter along with a little bit distance, so we might be in a better spot. If you noticed, for me to get this out, I had to take and lean the radiator forward because we don't have enough room to go in and out. So I'm hoping that's going to be okay. let's get it back together before we pinch something. Yeah, I'm hoping this is our solution. I don't think this is actually bent. I think this is bent. The whole housing here has got a bend to it. Actually, I know it has a bend. I don't know where my dial indicator is. I have a magnetic one. I don't... Might be in the box trailer still. We got to unload it. So I'm going to get this back together. We do have a line that needs to get changed out. I don't know if we're going to be able to reach into that or not. And then pull it out, clean up the floor, and we can do the PTO. This is going... If this goes as good... If this keeps going as good as it is, we'll be okay. So hopefully this one does not leak. This is out of the parts truck. Hopefully not. Throw it back in. Ah! Well, I just smashed my knee off the forks that are sitting in here. Wow, did that freaking hurt. Whew. Highly do not recommend that. Oh yeah, there's so much more. That freaking hurts so much. Stay. That hurt so much. It's really a two-person job. I did not realize that moves. Not a lot, but some. Okay, now I remember why we had this issue, or why we didn't do it this way. The belt's hit. The fan is too close, so we need to put that other spacer on, get that further out. We'll probably be in the same spot. Yeah. Dang it. So I got these two bolts in, and this is just holding it on. But that is why we did not do it that way. Okay, we are back together, except for this line had started rubbing from times where is it? Belts had hit against it or rubbed or did something. I don't even know. So we're gonna get this line made up. Coolant line going to the compressor. That way we don't have a failure. But 2 belts on it now instead of 3. Had to add the spacer. Got everything put back together except for I'm gonna grab a coolant filter if they have it. And I'm missing one of the washers. It had to have dropped on the ground when I was messing with stuff, and I just can't find it yet. Yeah, so the hood is secured. We got coolant all over the ground. That's why I want to pull it out. And then I got a bolt down there, which I know I replaced this one because we couldn't find it. But right here, we're missing it. So there is. It's got to be somewhere here, and I just can't find it. So I'm gonna run, grab that, some coolant, since every time I ever try to catch coolant, it never goes according to plan, no matter what. So it's easier to speedy dry and get it picked up after. I'm annoyed that I can't find that piece, that bushing. Never mind, I just stepped on it. There it is. So, yep. Okay, we got a new filter. We got some starting fluid because we didn't have any. And the other day I needed some. The line made. And a broken dog. Oh, he's a good dog. Some coolant. So we'll throw the line on, throw the filters on, throw some coolant in. You got thumbs today, or what are you doing? Kind of wondering if they're paving the road. I don't think they are, but they've had a lot of trucks going by. So how this line runs from the water pump down behind there, we've got a bracket right there, kind of a pain, and then down below the pump to there. So I'll tape the one end so we don't get any junk in it, send it down and around. What do I got for tape? Electrical tape. That will work. And then we'll see if it looks better on the belts or not. The only other thing we got that we could swap, well, yeah, harmonic balancer. That would be the only other thing that might. They line up very, very well. But the balancer, quite a few people have said that might be an issue of it bouncing around. So, okay, let's see what we got. Come on. Right here. Yeah, taping the end just makes sure that we don't get any dirt or debris in it while we send it down and around. Are we on the right side? Yeah. Okay. Okay, get that started. Three-quarter. I'll admit that was not very much fun. Runs down. That's easy. It's that bracket right in there that you can't really see. That's the worst part. But it's in there. So we're doing a lot better than we were about 3 minutes ago. Or like 30 minutes ago, or like 40 minutes ago. Where's my three-quarter? There. All right, I got stuff just laid out on here. Let's throw the coolant filter on and fill with coolant. Okay, moment of truth. Everything's on. Belts are tight. Fan looks good. I sure hope it's all good. I hope this solves our issues. So, even if we had the third belt, it wouldn't work because of the spacing, but I feel a lot better about not having the fan so close to the radiator. Makes me nervous. Everything makes, yeah. Let's just work for us. And stop throwing belts off. Like I said, either it's this or there's a possibility the balancer could be bad. All the tools are on the back, but I'll clean the tools up while it airs up. It looks much more consistent now. I don't know if you can see it. We do have to pull that up because that's a little close to it. Hopefully that makes it happy. It looks good. Okay, so hopefully that solved our issue of belts. I'm really praying on that. Otherwise, we're gonna have to pull the balancer off, put a new balancer on it. It's part of older trucks. New trucks have issues too, you know. Old truck doesn't owe me anything now. Probably I owe it because it just works for me and makes me money. Does what it's supposed to. But we got coolant all over the place. I'm gonna let it dry out for a little bit. We're gonna clean it up. Then we'll throw the PTO in and see what we can do from there. So, well, ended up jumping around. You'll have to stay tuned for the next video as far as what we are doing. We got rain delays. We got heavy rain. I hope we're not gonna get the 4 inches they're saying. We're gonna find out. But hopefully the Mack throwing belts, that's the end of that. We will see. It's part of older stuff and diagnosing some of it. It sure beats diagnosing electrical issues and yeah, all the other stuff that the new trucks come with. Emissions is pretty bad, so costly and bad. And yeah, at least when I broke down, I just need a set of belts and I could get back running. But alrighty, appreciate you guys, and you'll have to stay tuned for what comes up next and when we put that PTO in the truck, how that's going to work out for us. But see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.